Happy Saturday, you guys, and happy Coach for Kids / Coach for everyone. This is the fundraiser workout we're doing today. So if you'd like to donate, please shoot us a message finding out how. We'll be more than happy to hook you up, and we'll get you moving, get you involved in this one. But the work set itself, it's a long list, but there's some rest in there. So don't panic too much when you see the list. To warm up though, it's going to take us through a nice kind of overall body primer. We have a plank lean for 3 directions, 3 to 5 reps. Side lunge for 10 alternating, plank to bear squat for 3 to 5, jump squat for 10, into a humeral glide to knee push-up for 3 to 5 reps, 2 to 3 rounds. Then we're going to move down here a little bit more dynamic and some more dumbbell work. So you have a skip of 30 seconds or a skip equivalent right into a lateral jump over for 6 to 10 reps. And then you're going to move into some dumbbell work, which you're going to use for dumbbell deadlift. You're going to do 3, into a hang power clean for 2, dumbbell pause dip for 3 at 3 seconds, and then push press for 2. Then you're going to repeat, get your body fired up, get yourself ready to go, and hook yourself up for that work set. If you'd like to though, add into this, if you'd like to add in a couple box jumps for skill, please be my guest, take that down, make sure you're ready for action. But if you're like, no, I'm good, just going to do a couple right before the work set, that's fine. All right, so if you want to add it in, you can. If not, that's okay too. The workout today, 4 rounds for max reps, each 40-second interval. You are going to do dumbbell power clean for 40 seconds, just getting as many reps as you can get in 40 seconds. If you have to rest during that 40 seconds, that's okay. Pick them back up and keep on going. You have 40 seconds to do what you can. Then you're going to rest for 20 seconds. Then you're going to do dumbbell push press for 40 seconds, as many reps as you can in that time frame. Rest for 20 seconds. Double under for 40 seconds or skip for 40. Rest for 20 seconds. Burpee over dumbbell for 40 seconds. Rest 20. And then box jump or step up for 40 seconds. And rest for 20 seconds. Do it again. So you have some time in between those exercises if you'd like to keep track of your reps per each exercise. So you can keep track of each round to see how consistent you are. You can totally do that to keep track. Or just keep moving, keep focused, and focus on recovery in those 20 seconds so you can attack that next interval fully recovered, or as recovered as we can. Let's get you warmed up and ready to go. We're going to have some fun today. All right, guys, let's get those feet under the hips. Let's take the arms up big and tall. We're going to reach over to one side. We're going to come back up and over, reach into the other side. Come back up, scratch your back and reach through the elbow. And come back up, big stretch. Scratch your back, reach through the elbow. Oh, good, big stretch. Those forward folds. We'll touch those toes. We'll walk up the shins. We'll come down, frame a foot, step it back into your lizard. We're just going to take that inside hand all the way up. Bend at the 90, reach straight ahead. Pull the arm back. Straight ahead, pull the arm back. Straight ahead, and pull, and straight ahead. One more time, pull back, big reach, rotate for 1, and up overhead. Plant the hand, step back, step the other foot up. Nice and square in those hips. We'll take the inside hand up, we'll bend to 90, reach straight ahead, pull back, straight ahead, pull back, straight ahead, pull back, one more time, straight ahead, pull back, reach up overhead, rotate, forearm to the floor, come back up, plant the hand, step back, into our down dog. We're just going to walk our heels out, one at a time, just waking up our feet, waking up the calves, the hamstrings, all that good stuff in those legs as we pull into our plank. Tiptoe those feet up. And then roll ourselves up. Big stretch. Clasp your fingers, press up, and reach. And reach. Come back down with the hands. Let's get you guys fired up. All right. If you'd like to continue doing some gentle warm-up stuff still, cat-cows, thread the needles, rotations, whatever you need to do, pause the video, take that down. We're going to move into that first phase of our warm-up, which consists of some plank leans. We're gonna go all three directions this time today. So I'm gonna get myself facing this way first so you can see the forward. I'm gonna get myself set up in my plank first. So ribs come in, shoulders press, my shoulders are over my hands, and I'm going to lean, staying over my hands with my shoulders. And then I'm gonna lean over to the other side. And then I'll come back to center, and then I'll pull forward. And then I'm gonna press back into my plank. So maintaining that big plank, that good solid plank position is crucial, especially as we pull forward, because we don't want those hips to sag down. So really focus on resetting that position if you feel that plank is starting to falter or you're starting to lose engagement. Take that moment before you pull forward to reset. So from the front again, I'm just going to show you, I'm setting up my stance, my feet are together, ribs and hips come pulled in, pressing through my shoulders. I lean, staying over top of my shoulders or in my hands. I lean, coming back through, and my hips and shoulders stay at that same level, and I press back. So I'm just kind of working through that pull with my arms and my lats to get that body shifting forward. Your wrists and your shoulders are going to be the deciding factor of how far forward you go. So please make sure that you listen to those pieces and only go as far as you can maintain position. 3 to 5 reps there. We're going to step it nice and wide into our side lunge. So we get that nice wide stance. The toes will be turned out slightly. And again, I'm going to embody my squat mechanics as I do this. My hip is going to come down to my heel, and I can take that down, keeping my chest up. My knee tracks the toe. My chest is high, and then I push through that leg. And then I take that other side down, keeping the chest up nice and tall, and then push through that leg. So don't worry about the depth in the beginning. Worry about keeping that body tall and upright. The depth will come over time as we focus on keeping that body upright. It might take some time. You might be stuck in this range for a while, but this tall torso is what's going to transfer over into our squatting as well, keeping our body tall in that squat. So hip to heel, focus on those squat mechanics, flat foot contact, and that tall torso. After that, we go back to the floor and we work our plank to bear squat, so a little bit more squatting action. So I'm going to get myself set up in that good plank first, except the only difference is I'm going to widen my feet out a bit. And they can go anywhere from a hip width to a full squat stance. I pull my ribs and hips in, I press through my shoulders, and I'm going to pull myself back in between my ankles. My knees stay off the floor, but they're pretty close. And then I press straight out into that plank. So I want to make sure those shoulders are super active. I'm gripping the floor. I'm pressing down into the ground to stabilize through that arm, through that lat, through that shoulder, so that I maintain that good position the entire time that I go back. Listen to your shoulders, listen to your range. Focus on that good, strong shoulder position to allow you to get there or to get to your desired range. Take your time with that one, take it slow. Our next exercise, we move into our jump squat or our air squat. So I'm going to start with the air squat. My feet are in my regular squat stance. So my feet are going to be just outside my hips / my shoulders, somewhere in that range depending on you. But I'm going to keep my toes slightly turned out. My variation number 1 for this, hips to heels, knees track the toes. My body's nice and tall. Right? So a little knee press out just to make sure that they go out and they track those toes. So variation 1, normal air squat, or an air squat with a slightly more aggressive stand-up. Still working on those good mechanics. Variation number 2 is hardy air squat, so I take it down, except I'm going to open and close. So I'm working on that aggressive open-close, so that might pull me off my heels a little bit, but I'm pulling right back down into that good air squat, working on my deceleration and proper positioning. Variation number 3, I actually leave the ground. So I still set up from that good air squat, and I drive, and I pull down. We're trying to really open up the hips and knees on that drive. We're not trying to do a big vertical jump here. We're just trying to drive through the legs to build that leg drive that we use in our cleans, our snatches, all those things. We're working on that good hip and knee extension, and then pulling back down to that good deceleration to the bottom of the squat. We have 10 reps of that. taking down whatever variation or combo of variations you'd like to build through to get that good squat warmed up. After that, we go back to the floor in our humeral glide to knee push-up. So if you'd like to get into your plank and then lower down a nice eccentric push-up, you can. But we're gonna get ourselves on our stomach. My elbow is gonna be stacked over top of my wrist. I'm going to pull my shoulders forward to where I don't want them. And then I'm gonna pull them back to where I do. It doesn't change my elbow position though. My elbow stays stacked over top of my wrist. I'm gonna pull my ribs and hips in, squeeze my glutes, and then press into that knee push-up. My shoulders are over top of my hands. My core is pulled in nice and tight, and my glutes are tight. From here, I'm gonna lower forward and down, allowing myself to maintain that strong shoulder position and allow my chest to touch first. Once I get here, I'll reset, shoulders forward where we don't want them. Shoulders back to where we do. My wrist is stacked under my elbow. Ribs and hips get tight. I press to my knees. And again, I lower down, forward and down, keeping my shoulders down. So we're not losing our neck in that push-up. We're keeping them down and set. Just so you guys can see from this position, if I'm on the ground, I want those elbows kind of at a 45. That's going to really help stabilize my shoulder position, recruiting the chest, the tricep, and that upper back, allowing me to have a really strong shoulder position. Tight elbows is okay, but it's going to require a little more tricep, but we want to make sure we're giving ourselves as much support and transferability as we can for that push-up. So 45 is perfect. It's a great place to be, stabilizes the shoulder, and allows us to maintain position. Quick recap for that, we have a plank lean for 3 directions, 3 to 5 reps, side lunge for 10 alternating, plank to bear squat for 3 to 5, jump squat for 10, humeral glide to knee push-up for 3 to 5, and then 2 to 3 rounds of that piece. Warming that body up, working on some finer tuning of those body weight skills, and then we're gonna move into that dumbbell work. So pause the video, take that down, come join me for the next phase of work. I'm gonna grab my dumbbells now and pull them into my workspace because we're gonna need them. So our first piece starts with this little bit of skipping. So if you don't have access to a skipping rope, or a space to skip, we'll say, you can work on that ankle pop drill. So you can work on keeping those shoulders relaxed, those elbows tight, those hands relaxed so the wrists can just flow. But I'm gonna keep my core and my glutes engaged, so maintaining that good hollow position. So from there, I'm just gonna get that hop going. I'm gonna work on nice smooth hop, working on keeping my glutes tight, my core tight, my shoulders relaxed, okay? From there, I can work on about 30 seconds, or I can work on anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds, depending on your comfort level with that skip or that hop. And then we're gonna work on a nice lateral jump. So you can work on one of 2 things for the lateral jump. You can put your skipping rope down, you can put an imaginary line down, like some tape or some sort of line, or you can grab one of your dumbbells and jump over that. Because we are gonna be doing that in our burpee today. So our lateral jump over is just gonna be a side-to-side jump, 2-foot hop, little skip, or step. You can go high knee step, working a little rotation, circular motion with the knees, or you can do a low step and just work on getting yourself over there, waking up your feet and opening up the hip a little bit. So we have 6 to 10 reps there, back and forth, total count. Every time you cross the line or dumbbell is 1 rep. Our next exercise, we get to use the dumbbells, and we're gonna work on our deadlift. So we're gonna start our deadlift off, and I'm gonna again review our sumo deadlift. So I'm standing right over top with my dumbbells. I'm gonna set myself up with that good deadlift back. So I'm just gonna turn these this way so you guys can see that back position. I'm standing over top, the dumbbells are right between my feet. I take myself back and down. So it's almost like a little bit more of a squat because it's a little more extended range. I'm gonna stand them up. I'm gonna take the dumbbells to the outside of my thighs. From here, my feet come under my hips or slightly narrower depending on your comfort level with the dumbbell deadlift. And I'm going to take my hips back, letting the dumbbells come to my knees, and then I'm going to lower everything down, shoulders and hips together. So everything kind of moves together as one as I get into the knees. So the hips come back, the dumbbells come down. I stay in that good hinge position, and I lower down as deep as I can maintain my back position. So I don't need to touch the dumbbells to the floor if that means compromising my back position. So keep that in mind. From there, I'm going to finish that last deadlift. I'm going to finish up here at the hang. I'm going to take the dumbbells to the knees with that good hinge and power clean. So I take it to the knees, and then I'm going to drive through my legs, landing in that little power squat with the dumbbells on my shoulder. I'll bring them back down. So I work my hinge again, taking to the knees, push through my feet and legs, land in that little power position, stand tall, and get ready to go. We have 2 reps there. I have to bring them back up for my next exercise. So we can do 1 more for you. So I take it to the knee, drive through my legs, stand tall, adjust my feet in my hip width stance, and I rest the dumbbells in that rack position. Because I'm going to work on my pause dip. So my pause dip, I want to keep my weight through my midfoot, feet are flat. I dip straight down, my knees going slightly out. My hips and shoulders are stacked on top of each other, and I stand tall. I dip and hold, 3 seconds, stand tall. I'm going to do that for 3 reps, nice and steady. From there, I'm going to put it to practice and do my full push press. So I'll dip, no pause, drive overhead. I'll come back down, get set, dip, press overhead. So I'm trying to find this nice tight line. My arms are in line with my ears or just behind my ears. My shoulders are stacked over my hips over my feet, and my ribs are pulled in nice and tight. And I'll come back down, reset, and then start with the skipping and the jumping again. So lots to take in there, lots of skill work to finesse. Take your time there, you guys. Please embrace that skill work, because you're going to need it in the work set where you're going fast and you're going to get fatigued. So take the time to work on this now so we can hit it hard in the work set. Quick recap, we have 30 seconds of skipping or ankle pops, lateral jump over for 6 to 10, either over your skipping rope, a line, or your dumbbell. Dumbbell deadlift for 3, dumbbell hang power clean for 2, dumbbell pause dip for 3 at 3 seconds, and a dumbbell push press for 2. 3 rounds, taking that time to play, get yourself ready, warm up, add anything in there if you need to, and then get yourself ready for the workout. Pause the video, take that down, we're going to get you ready. The workout's coming your way. We're going to review some of the movements in there, which it's going to get real, it's going to have fun. All right, guys, the workout today. The workout kick starts off with 40 seconds worth of power cleans. So the power clean today is going to join the deadlift and the hang power clean we worked on in the warm-up. So what it's going to look like is you're going to take it from the floor, or you're going to take it from below the knee. So if you're not comfortable taking it right from the floor, what you're going to do is you're going to deadlift those dumbbells up to the hip, and then you're going to take it anywhere below the knee to clean. So we'll take the hips back and down, take the dumbbells below the knee, and you're going to stand, driving through the legs, and come tall. And then you'll come back down and do it again. So you're joining both the deadlift position you practice and that power clean. So focusing your attention to that back position is very important. The movement isn't done until the dumbbells are out of your hand. So make sure as you're moving through this position, we're focusing on that good hinge and that nice extended back. From there, you get to rest. So once you're done your 40 seconds of max reps, you're going to rest 20 seconds, and then you're going to grab those dumbbells again and work the push press. We went through the push press pretty heavily in the warm-up in terms of points of performance. So if you need some help with that, scroll back, take that down, pay attention to those key points that we may need to focus on, and put them into practice here. The only thing I'm going to show you, though, if you'd like to practice that, is that kind of rebound push press. So I clean those dumbbells up, and my rebound push press looks something like so. I dip and drive, I rebound, I absorb into the dip, pause a little bit overhead so I can get tight, and I work that good position. So all the points of performance are the same. The only difference is I don't pause, then dip. I bring the elbows and the dumbbell down into that dip and return the energy from there. So you can play with that. You can mix and match the pause as you get tired. You're like, oh, need to take a moment. Now I can go again. That's fine, but we're focusing on good quality push press and that good overhead position. Show that little bit of control before moving into the next rep. From those 40 seconds, you'll rest 20 seconds again, and then you'll move into your double under or your double under variation. So I'll have some double under options for you in the workout description if you'd like to check that out, but it'll have some options for you. And you're gonna do 40 seconds max rep of that desired exercise. Rest 20 seconds, and then we have a dumbbell jump over burpee. So we're gonna set our dumbbells up like a straight line together or just one of them, and we're gonna work on that lovely burpee. So I'm gonna do a burpee facing this to show you that lateral jump. So I get set up, I come down, my hands touch the floor, I jump back and down, I finish my burpee, I come up, I jump over my dumbbell. Then I'll do it again on the other side and jump over. So now that you've seen the exercise, I'm going to show you some different options for the burpee. So all the options apply to what we normally do for the burpee. So we have our full burpee, which involves the hands coming down, the chest touching, hopping up, but we don't have to clap because we're going to jump over the dumbbell. Or we have our step back variation, hands down, lower to the floor, step back up, jump over the dumbbell. Or we have any hybrid of those two together. So you can jump back, step up, step back, jump in, whatever you'd like to do. The other option though, if you like, if you don't want to get that press in there, you can work the squat thrust, jump over. Same criteria, what we're looking for. Hands come down, we can jump our feet into our plank, jump it up, jump over the dumbbell. We can step back, jump in, jump over the dumbbell. We can step back, step in, jump over the dumbbell, whatever you like to do. Whatever variation or combo of variation you like, please keep that in mind. The main focus though of that squat thrust is hitting that good plank, keeping that shoulder stacked over the hand and maintaining that tight body position when we jump into that plank. So focus on that. If you feel your hips or your legs starting to soften, take a break. You got 40 seconds to get what you can. So it allows you, if you do need to take a minor break, to take a moment. Once you're done that 40 seconds, you'll rest for 20 seconds again, and you move into your last exercise, which is the box jump for 40 seconds or step up. I'll have some other options for you guys if you don't have an apparatus to jump up or step on at home. So check that workout description for down below if you need some other options for that. But the box jump what we're looking at, we're gonna get ourselves fired up. So as I get my jump ready, I'm going to kind of get my hips going back a bit and use my arms, but the big focus is when I swing back, my knees are going slightly out, so that when I jump up, my knees stay out, and I land on the box, my knees land soft, like a power position for a clean. So we're landing soft and absorbing. So what we're going to do, we'll get set, jump, stand up all the way, we step down, we get set, do it again. I highly suggest stepping down. It's much nicer on the ankles, the Achilles, and the knees, so you don't lose any time on that, but it does allow you to kind of pull yourself together and not feel rushed. The other option we have is the step up. So if you don't have an apparatus that you're comfortable jumping on, you can step up. So the step up, same idea, knee is over the heel, we stand all the way up, and we come all the way down, and we alternate. And you're going to do that for max reps in that 40 seconds. There's something we need to focus on though for the step up, but we don't necessarily need to focus on so much on the jump. When we step up, we want that knee to stay over the heel, and then as we come back down, we want that knee to stay over the heel. So we want to watch out for any wobbly knee when we're stepping up or down. So really giving ourselves such an opportunity to practice that good stable knee. You have 40 seconds of box jumps or steps, or that desired exercise. You'll rest 20 seconds, you'll take it right back to the top, and you'll start all over again. You got 4 rounds. So 4 rounds of max effort work. Remember, you can rest in that 40 seconds, and then if you still have time, keep on going, get some more reps. But you have 40 seconds to do what you can and have fun with this little work set. Remember everyone, work for quality, have a good time taking this down. Everyone's gonna enjoy and push themselves, but we always wanna make sure we're working for quality movement and keeping ourselves safe and efficient. Have a fantastic weekend, you guys. We'll see you again on Monday for some more fun. Bye, everyone.